Hey everyone, my name is Tony Smith. Welcome to your MBA 500 class. Welcome to your MBA program. If this is your first class, it typically is. I do apologize for my voice. Was traveling last week and I picked up a cold, so my voice will hopefully change by the next recording. And I apologize if it's a little difficult to understand me. So I'll try to make this short, quick, and easy. That way you don't have to listen to my kind of crazy voice this week. So, welcome to week one. Um, week one, we're going to learn about basically the business basics, how businesses are structured, and that sort of thing. Now, if you need any help or have any questions, there's a few ways to get a hold of me. Text me, call me. That's the quickest and easiest way. You can email me. That's the next slowest way because I check emails a couple times a day. Text I check pretty instantaneously and get back to you as quickly as I can. You can also post a question out on the general discussion board uh, under discussions, and then I'll also answer you there. So that's from the fastest to the slowest ways I can get back in touch with you. Um, and these courses have a lot of information in them. And a lot of your questions is in that information. A lot of the answers to those questions are in that information as well. So let's quickly go over how the course is structured. Now, your screen may look just slightly different than mine, but for the um, for the most part, it should look identical. Module introduction. This is where it talks about modules, what you're going to cover in the module. So this week we're going to talk about traditional functional areas, departments, and business units. So you're going to look at later on, you're going to be asked to pick a company. And once you pick that company, you're going to ask to identify functional areas, departments, and business units. And the companies you're going to get a list to pick from is Apple, Amazon, Walmart, Disney, and Toyota. So let's think about Toyota, for example. A functional area would be finance, legal, marketing, sales. A department would be, let's say, under marketing, could be um, consumer marketing. It could be professional or business to business marketing. It could be customer intelligence, all different kind of departments. A business unit could be their car division versus their fork truck division and then other divisions they may have. And then you're going to be asked to identify the responsibilities, functional areas of the departments and how they interconnect. Now think about it this way, right? A department is the lowest level within an organization. The department goes up to the functional area. Even if it's a department inside of a factory, it reports into operations. Operations is a functional area. A functional area reports into a business unit. A business unit reports into the CEO and board of directors. That's how the structure works. Very clean, very straightforward. That's how it works for most businesses today. Now, 2 seconds to show you how you go into your textbook. There's only one way to get into your textbook and case studies. If you've taken some other classes, you could go into the Wiley Plus system outside of the course. You can't do it anymore. They made this change last term. I understand it frustrated some people, but this is also very easy. So if you want to get into your text, you click into your resources, you click into the text, the chapter you want to go into. Wiley Plus opens up. You can then get into that specific area of the text, and then you can also get into the notes, case studies, and this will be when we talk about case studies. You'll be doing one for Trader Joe's, one for Patagonia, one for Uber, and one for Real Recruit, number 13. This is where you'll access that information. Straightforward, right? So that's how you access your text and your case studies. The university also offers you some certifications. It's part of your grade as well. I encourage you to do it. How you get to it is you have to go into the Pathway portal. There's two in this class. Next week, you'll be responsible for turning in the coaching versus mentoring. Takes you about 2.5, 3 hours. The Microsoft Excel is a little longer. It's due in week 10. You only have to do the first 2 sections. The other sections you do in other courses as you progress through your MBA program. Again, for Microsoft Excel, you only have to do the first 2 sections, then you do the rest in the later courses. Now, if you so choose um, to work and complete the Microsoft Excel, that's great. I suggest you make a screen print, keep it with you, and then you can submit it in your other courses, right? Because you've already gotten it done. So how you get there is you go into the Pathway portal, follow the instructions, create a login, use this discount code because you're going to put stuff in your shopping cart. If you don't use that discount code, it's going to ask you to pay. You don't have to pay if you use that discount code. So please pay attention there. Yeah. The next thing for this week, again, my voice is quickly fading, so let me kind of speed up here. So the next thing this week is you'll have a discussion board to do, and you go, oh gosh, a discussion board. SNHU has used discussion boards for quite some time. You have to post your initial discussion on Thursday, and you have to respond to 2 people by Sunday. Please follow the instructions. So again, to get full credit, you have to post by Thursday, and you have to respond to 2 people, 2 of your classmates. And when I'm looking for a response, I don't want to see, yeah, Tony, this looks great. I 100% agree. That's not a good response. You need to put a bit more detail around your discussion. Um, Again, Thursday, Sunday, and this is the only discussion board in the entire course. So please take a few minutes to do that. The next thing is a kind of a video check-in, and let me go over that real quick. All right, so the next section after the discussion board is the video check-in. Make sure you go into this is managed in Bongo. Your screen that will look different than mine once you go through the process. Please make sure that that you record and then you hit submit. You can see here, Dawson has looked at the assignment, but I can't see it until Dawson hits submit. So always make sure that you press submit on this. And you also have to do it inside of Bongo. You can't do it outside of Bongo and send me a text message. I have to have evidence that you completed the assignment inside of Bongo. And as if you didn't have enough to do on week 1, you got to do a consulting report. Welcome to the world of consulting report. This has to be, let me put my fingers over here, 2 pages long. Let me be kind of clear on this. It has to be an APA format. APA format for me means it has to have a cover page, it has to be in the right font, it has to be spaced correctly, and most importantly, any citations, any work that you use, you have to cite and put into a reference sheet. So if you use the textbook, if you go out into the Shapiro Library and find a Harvard Business Review article and you reference it in your work, make sure you reference it in a citation sheet. Yeah, the Turnitin software that we use is pretty good. Most people kind of get shocked on how accurate that software is. So if you are going to use a scholarly article to support your point of view, that's perfectly fine. You just need to cite it. Don't 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 think you can get by with not citing your work. It's checked and it's checked pretty closely. So here you're basically going to just do an analysis. So you're going to take a list of companies that I told you about. So list of companies, here it is: Apple, Amazon, Toyota, Walmart, and Disney. And with that list of companies, you're going to do some analytical work. Let me see if I can get back to my page. And you're going to understand the org structure, the management style, and you're going to report this back to your CEO and your peers, your business analysts, right? And you're going to define what functional areas, departments, business units of your chosen company. Now, Keep in mind, I've already told you what a functional area is. Functional area is finance, IT, legal, HR, sales, marketing. Functional areas. Departments are underneath those functional areas. Business units, for example, for Toyota, could be cars, fork trucks, material handling equipment, that sort of thing. Yep. And then you're going to ask, how do these different parts help the overall company achieve its goals? Keep in mind, you're going to learn some of these elements later on in the course. They're called KPIs, business balance scorecards. These type of tools help these companies and these specific departments act as one and kind of march as one to develop the company's goal. So look for those items within those. If you go back to your list of companies, you can see some of these links that has that critical data that you need to complete this task. All right. Again, to talk about the APA format, there's a style guide in the Shapiro Library. Use it. There's also another resource called the Purdue OWL, OWL. The Purdue OWL is a well-known website just for writing style guidelines run by the Purdue University. And when you write these reports, there's something called a rubric. This rubric, I would use it every time as your outline. This is how I have to grade each paper. Each time you see a rubric, it'll have different items and then basically how well you did against those items. It's going to say, did you identify the difference between functional areas, departments, or business units? Did you do it? Did you do good at it? Did you set the standard at it, right? Or did you not do, as well? Same with the interconnectiveness of the functional areas, departments, and business units. And then were you able to articulate it well, right? So that's the key to this thing. It's only 2 pages long, and that 2 pages does not include the cover sheet and the reference sheet. It includes the meat of your project or the meat of what you're trying to tell me. You don't have to. You can assume I have basic business knowledge. So when they say CEO, a CEO has basic business knowledge. So you don't need to explain basic business concepts. You can assume that the reader knows those type of items. You can summarize it. Now, if you notice in here, you're going to apply these to the health and beauty company. So you're going to have a health and beauty company that you manage throughout this next 10 weeks. Please take the time, put a name to it, make it personal. And what you're going to do is you're going to take what these companies do and apply it to your specific company and your recommendations. So that's it for week one. Hope you are not bored in week one. It's a lot to do, kind of right out of the gate. I understand, but if you take it in bits and pieces, you break it off. Uh, you'll do fine. So likewise, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. Make sure you introduce yourself early in the week in the discussion board. I will respond to each of you there as well. You feel free to call me, text me, email me as well. Sorry, the video is 13 and a half minutes long, but a lot to cover in the first week. Hope you guys have a good first week, and I'll try to find my regular voice next week. So otherwise, take care and look forward to working with you. Bye bye.